question in. When the bill that I ran to abolish Columbus Day died on a 0-5 vote, when the bill that I ran to abolish the death penalty, I actually ended up pulling that bill back out. I was like, the way that we're going to do this, but we're not going to do it in that way. And I realized that we needed more folks both outside of the Capitol organizing, building out the vision of what is possible, of what justice for all actually looks like.
Come on.
But you also need, and we need it, and I need it for people, inside the building as well, running the bills, being in committee, asking the questions, building the relationship, and doing the damn work. It's been an honor and a joy to be a part of this movement for years now. I see some of y'all in this crowd that I've worked alongside for decades. I see movement elders, right? And I see folks who are also getting involved for the first time because of this campaign. And that's what movement looks like. Being able to bridge the gap with the folks who are directly impacted by the policies that we are proposing, right? Like, that's what true movement looks like. That's what governing power looks like, right? And to be able to work alongside Representative Stephen Woodrow, to be able to coordinate alongside City Council member Candy Cedevaca, to be, oh dang, all right. To be able to work alongside and co-draft policy before he even had the idea of being elected, Javier Mabry, Representative. Happy birthday to the homie. Right? And to be able to sit in committee, right, where I'm sitting as Vice Chair of Senate Judiciary asking Ms. Epps, please tell us more, and please explain for the committee what abolition looks like. To be able to see the people who we have actually organized outside, protested a lot outside, alongside, right, to now be stepping into new roles. Right? That's what governing power of a movement looks like. It's so electric in here. We don't need the lights. It's all good. I want to acknowledge Director Jay Anderson here tonight as well. There's a long list of people who have stepped up, both with badges and without badges, in order, and I mean like the elected official badges. To step up and endorse Elisabeth, right? And I will tell you that the latest update that we've seen demonstrates the trend that we know to be true. That when you actually go out and talk to people, listen to their concerns, ask them what they're angry about, what they're hopeful for, what they want to see change. You have those conversations, you can actually change the outcome of an election.
Come on.
The last thing that I just want to leave you all with right now is, as this movement is growing and building its power, building its governing power, I want to just pose this question to you all. I think that we are actively right now engaged in a battle about what it means to be a Democrat. The get rid of me. You know what I mean? And I know that there's critiques coming from outside the party, to the party as well. But the way in which, again, we build governing power is we listen and we learn and then we work together, right, to find the solution for our community. We've seen the ways in which all sorts of labels, right? Sometimes coded, sometimes deeply racialized, and sometimes very overt about what it means to be a Democrat or not. Who was the progressive? Who was the true progressive? Who's actually doing the work versus who's just not? And what I know to be true is, again, that this movement that includes all of us, that is not just, it's not just the movement to, you know, advance accountability for law enforcement. It's not just the environmental justice movement. It's not just the housing movement. It's not just the queer movement. It's not just the movement for racial justice. It is when we all work together. The movement for gender equality, the movement for reproductive justice, I can go on all day. It is when we come together that we actually, one, advance democracy, and this is what democracy looks like. Woo! And so it is such an honor and such a joy to be in this movement with you all, to be in this movement that has done this work to build the campaign of Miss Elisabeth F. To step up and run for office. Yeah. And who has done the work and will continue to do the work, and given what we're seeing in the polls tonight, is going to be doing the work as our next state representative. Yeah.
We're here at Stoney's 11th and Lincoln. Broadway. That's right.
What she said was we believe that we will win.
That's right.
The lights coming on and off is just the most organic,
Right?
just fine, and we can rock with it thing ever. I tried to write a speech, and then I started taking my tweets and checking messages, and I didn't write one. I wrote down some words that mattered to me. And so a couple things I want to know as we go into what's a non-speaker. Oh my God, y'all look so good. Is JB, how long should I talk?
This is your night.
There's some themes. I think in what number? Does anybody know?
400.
Three. That's right. Okay, I feel seen. I think in three. So there's some themes we're going to come through this time tonight. First of all, thank you. That's not really. I am Elisabeth F. I'm a Black queer woman. I'm a working families candidate.
Yes.
I'm a democratic socialist.
Yeah!
I'm an abolitionist. I'm an abolitionist.
Yeah!
telling you. I'm telling you like I told you last night. I'm telling you like I told you on December 2nd.
That's right.
This isn't a protest run.
Nope.
Okay? I'm not running to be one of 65. I'm one of like 13 in terms of progressive. But I knew we were going to win, and very shortly, right? And the clerk and reporter has already confirmed that it's going to continue to. Y'all, when I tell you that I'm going to be our next state representative, you know how hard they tried to find a seat? One thing about me is, a lot of things I want you to know, one thing about me is when I'm wrong, I'll tell you, I'll apologize. It doesn't happen that often. They tend to be decent. But I'm sorry that it was this close. It shouldn't have been this close. No. If you know me, I'll leave that sentence there. It shouldn't have been this close.
It's going to take millions more than that.
For all of that money to come against the most overqualified, ready and prepared to serve and to give and to be of service to our community candidate that we've seen in many, many years. That's not what I told myself. That's what you told me. That's what you told me, Kim, and I believe it. I want to talk for a second about that money. We're going to talk about some things that are uncomfortable, and then we're going to end on a high note. That's what we're going to do, right?
Right.
We won. Y'all got that?
We got
The $500,000 or so, they haven't even reported all the dirty stuff they did, but when you see it, the money that they spent, my party, there's a lot of independents and unaffiliated in the room, we welcome you in too. But my party, the Senator's Party, as Democrats, you will hear my future colleagues, you have heard our future colleagues talk about holding majorities in the House and the Senate. And we all know that's important, right? This seat right here, that's what I have. This seat right here is a plus 68, plus 70 Dem seat.
Take it.
So if what they cared about, some of them, if what they cared about was holding majorities, that $500,000 would have gone where? Mountains.
Not here.
We got this. I feel you, but it would have gone to the Eastern Plains. It would have gone to Jeffco, where some Dems are duking it out to hold tight seats. It would have gone to the southern part of the state where it's time to flip seats. If what they cared about was holding majorities.
How long?
What it tells you. Say it again for me.
It wasn't.
We care about, no, that's why I said some of them. Some of them. That's an important distinction. Because we who actually care about holding majorities. I'm making a distinction between we who say we care about holding majorities and we who are doing the work. You have for the next 8.5 minutes a standing pass to interrupt me anytime I need to make that clarification. This is the difference, y'all. This is serious. This is serious. The difference between talking about holding a majority and doing the work to holding a majority is you spend that money in a place where it matters and not in a place where we know community's going to turn out. Okay?
And it was racist as fuck.
You know,
She said.
I'm going to move to the second point.
All right, I got you. Sorry about that.
No, that's okay. Actually, deviate to say this much, candidate. In this past 7 months,
Call it out.
I'm not. What I'm going to tell you is, I saw yesterday the right and honorable former Rep. Joe Salazar tweeted something about waiting for black and brown communities to vote and turn in their vote. And I knew what he meant, but I also know the numbers in my district. And we'd already voted. I was like, no, respectfully. I'm going to be delicate with this. My opponents, plural. I'm talking here to the white people in this room, to the white presenting people in this room, to your families and your friends in HD6. My opponents think that HD6 is much more racist than I know it to be. I've had the coffees and the garden parties with the very fancy ladies who were so turned off by that nastiness that they moved from fence to, oh no, where can you put the yard signs? How much money can we give you? not here. Not in HB6. And the thing about HB6, now segue into the second point, that's the transition. There's how many legislative districts in Colorado? That's one of the answers. 100. Either one works. 100, 65 in the House, 35 in the Senate. But y'all did good in civics class, right? 100 legislative districts. In those 100 legislative districts, by my assessment, there's probably 2 where a black queer abolitionist could win.
And 8.
HB6 is both of them. Why that is relevant in a meaningful sense, because Senator is right about majorities, is there are things that we are going to do. Y'all, for some months when I was hurting at the beginning of this and wondering, why are they so scared of the low B? And then I started to understand. Because my opponents, bless their hearts, saw something that I didn't even see yet in terms of our power. Summer Lee talked about this in Pennsylvania. Google her, Like, they saw what I didn't even see quite yet. And so when we're thinking about HB6 and the power of this seat, and thinking about those 100 legislative districts, and thinking about the Senate where we need y'all to hold it down, in this seat, it would be a dereliction of your duty as voters to elect anything less than the most progressive person you can. We have some future colleagues. We're going to be fine. We're already working together. But I have some future colleagues who are absolutely going to vote the right way on our progressive policy and on certain bills. They can't bring them. They can't sponsor them. Do you understand what I'm saying? They can't. They can go vote the right way. So who's going to bring that bill? You. I mean,
Miss Ed.
this is the power of that, right? Him too. I mean, he's been doing that. So this is, I want you to know when we're thinking about the way that others have characterized this race, I have thought about these things and drawn out the maps. We have talked about, right? We who haven't even had occasion to be sworn in yet are talking about who we want to be our next speaker of the House. Who we want to be our majority leader. That's the majority leader. And whip. Because perhaps you didn't notice that in the state of Colorado with the Democratic House and the Democratic Senate and the name of Democratic governor, you haven't seen a bill to ban assault weapons.
That part!
This is wrapping up that second point about why this seat and why this one is going to matter. It's not me, it's us. But it's me too. It's because I'm thinking about pointing at my colleague and future colleague, thinking about the things we want to bring. Because I give some thought to why haven't certain things been brought? And some of them, bluey, turquoise, right? Why haven't they? And I think part of the reason, and I'm just going to, since I'm talking to my closest friends here, I think part of the reason is because certain people in our legislature understand that some bills they want to vote yes on, I want to be clear, that they can't lead on. The woman who brings that bill is going to be sealing her fate that she can't be Speaker of the House.
That's right.
Okay? And that's okay. She might be able to be majority leader, but she can't be Speaker of the House because her colleagues in western parts of the state who are going to want that bill can't turn to their constituents and tell them how they voted for Speaker for the woman who took their ARs away. Okay? This is the level of thought that we have done about this. This wasn't a casual assessment. And so when Senator is talking about holding majorities, and we think about, do you know what you people did when it comes to money? You don't even know. Well, then I'll tell you.
Educate.
Folks have thought, and they've had good reason to think, moving into thing 3, that in Colorado, more than anywhere, that what you have to have to win a race, to be competitive, what's the thing?
Money.
Money. Whose money? A lot? These are all correct answers. Somebody said corporate. Corporate money. Tell me how much we took.
0.
Say it with your chest.
0.
One more time. 0.
That hasn't been done in this way. not with folks who raised $180,000. Average donation of
Who's under 54?
under 54.
I'll check right now.
Let's do it right now. That is a big deal, and I want you to understand that as I'm understanding why they're scared, because I'm like, now that I'm seeing it, oh, they should. They should, because we're coming for all our things. That calendar we had on enacting meaningful affordable housing, that calendar moved up like 2 years.
Good God.
The past 7 months. $51. $51. This is important. And I know it's like wonky, but I want you to understand that like me standing here and telling you we won with an average donation of $51, that means my friends who can give $400, you should. You should. I still have that. You should. But it means that our folks who gave $5 and $6 and $7, it's a powerful $5 and $6 and $7. Because when someone gives you, having been a person that has done that, when someone gives your campaign $5, that's a big deal to them. Right? To show the people that are coming after me, because not me, us. I have some feelings about cash bail.
Speaking on it.
Yeah, it's plans. It's going to be around 2027 when we're done for good. We're going to run it once and we're going to lose. We're going to run it again and it's going to be a better bill and we still going to lose. We're going to give them a year off. We're going to get a new Senate and it turns out some of your colleagues are a little more liberal their second term. And then we're going to win. And that's okay that it's going to take a little time because we need some services in place and some things that we're going to work with because abolition, are there any abolitionists here? You already know what I'm about to tell you, which is that as abolitionists, we believe that everybody deserves to be healthy, safe, and free. And so as abolitionists, we do the committed, compassionate, data-driven work to give people that which they need to be healthy, safe, and free. Okay? So as we're building towards that 2027, we're thinking about what's happening in June and how it's going to impact November. I've written whole essays telling people to my left why I thought they should vote. I voted for Joe Biden. I can't believe I have to tell people. As we're building towards this, we're thinking about your chamber. We're thinking about what is happening in state legislatures around the country where I've had an abortion and to know that what I needed, that's health care, by the way, that is criminalized. Who do y'all think's going to arrest?
Cops.
Who's
Cops.
going to prosecute?
Cops.
Can we talk about your budget?
Talk about it.
Y'all, I should have said this first. As we move to the last part, I want to introduce myself because there are some people who I don't recognize. I told you my job is thinking about that theme. Yes, not a thing I get told a lot.
Yeah.
So my mom died when I was 9. My father went away, as so many other fathers have to do. I went to 12 schools in 10 years. I skipped 2 grades. And by 16, I was a mother myself. And in the same year, I needed an abortion. And with that baby often on my hip, I got through high school and college and law school. All that time working for Democrats, started in 1992, both paid and volunteer to elect Democrats, elect pro-choice Democrats. Right? Our baby boy is 25. Not too long of that, and then here in upright. Y'all, I should be the poster child for Democrats. Should be. $500,000. I told you that some folks don't care about. I think you don't have to agree, but I still think that some folks don't care about holding the majority. They care about holding the status quo. Okay? Because the absence of affordable housing is working just fine for them. Isn't that inconvenient for them? luckily for me, luckily for you, some isn't all, right? Some isn't even most. I've said this so many, I've said this so many times in the past few months, but people have said very kind things to me, y'all poured into me and said that I'm the only one they trust. I hear you, that's just because I'm loud. There are fighters at our capitol. Some of them are in this room. I get to hear that. That feels really, really good. I want to talk just very briefly about what's ahead between now and November. If you're in HD6, you're not going to hear from me till like October. Because between now and then, I'm going to be working to raise money and to knock doors, to maintain a majority that's not just lip service to me, okay? Because we need the majorities to pass the policies we care about. Our path to victory in November is very clear. There are some things that typical political consultants have wanted me to say along the way that I just can't bring myself to do. I'm never going to send you an email saying, help us defeat the Republican. I mean, yeah, help me, but like, it's fine, we're going to defeat the Republican. But what I want to just say is that I'm talking slowly because I'm thinking about how forthcoming I'm going to be when I say this. I told you. You know, I'm just imagining this on a bill. Democratic Party will save us. We save us. And in the process, we might just save the Democratic Party. Perhaps you heard of the states of Georgia. We've been saving the Democratic Party. Right? Saving the party, saving elections, saving the very democracy itself. And isn't it curious how when one or two of us, couldn't catch your eyes, I tried, tries to step up and take what community has asked us to take, how certain folks count. What I'm going to promise you is those folks are going to be okay too. They're going to benefit from the program we're working for. I want to, Julie, you're still pride, right? Pride your route. You're still pride, right? I wish I could tell you. I wish I could tell you. My attempt to read my notes for this. I wish I could tell you that love always conquers hate. I wish I could tell you that truth always prevails over the false. Vicious, demonstrably, objectively false lies. I wish I could tell you that love always wins, but I can't. I am so thankful for y'all. This is where this land, discussion, I can think of people to land. We have, but in a much more superficial sense, would be in this space. Stones. Who was here today? Somebody's here. That means we have to get more friends. To be back in this space is really important to me. This is kind of a full circle. When I say January, I mean we launch, not active stones. Still also as well. When we had our campaign launch, and I stood here, and I think the first thing I said was, "My God, I miss my mother," because I really was, and I was there. And you hollered out and said, "She's here," and to have been through what I've been to be up and to think about what we're going to do for HD6 Denver and Colorado and beyond. My God, we have to hold it down in Colorado. Right? If I can go through all this and still be breathing, step out of my way, here for a reason. In a very visceral, vulnerable sense, I just want you to know I am who you think I am. I'm not the first one who couldn't do that. But my God, they wanted to see it. So when I think about what we're going to do together for Denver, sign up to make $42,000 a year. Anything less than go hard. All the ways in which to say it. The last hesitation because I've never done it in a space that's like a bar, but I just have her on my heart, and I want to invite us to say these words together. And I've spent some time going back and forth, and I think it's okay in this space. Certain elements of a Protestant upbringing tell me what I can say around alcohol. That was his first miracle. But on a serious note, I'm going to say it, I'm going to say it today, I'm going to say it over the coming weeks, in November, because we are going to do such good things. I mean, there's more of us than them. Many, 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 many more. So the invitation, is anybody after me?
Well, yeah, we're done.
You want to take a picture?
Not yet, not quite.
Can I bring it up on the floor right here?
Yes.
Yeah.
Do it.
So the invitation, many of you know this, and so the invitation is we're going to say this 3 times together. Somebody tell me the first time we say it, who we say it to?
Ourselves.
And so we'll just say it like a speaking voice. The second time we say it, who we say it to? We'll be
Each
right
other.
Inviting each other. The third time we say it, who we say it to?
The ancestors.
The ancestors. I always think about the people in that cage. Right, but I'm going to say it loud enough that you can hear me in that cage. And so you're invited to share with me as we say it. And then I'll turn it over. It is our duty to fight for our freedom.
It is our duty to fight for our freedom.
It is our duty to win.
It is our duty to win.
We must love each other and support each other.
We must love each other and support each other.
We have nothing to lose but our chains.
We have nothing to lose but our chains.
It is our duty to fight for our freedom.
It is our duty to fight for our freedom.
It is our duty to win.
It is our duty to win.
We must love each other and support each other.
We must love each other and support each other.
We have nothing to lose but our chains.
We have nothing to lose but our chains.
It is our duty to fight for our freedom.
It is our duty to fight for our freedom.
It is our duty to win.
It is our duty to win.
We must love each other and support each other.
We must love each other and support each
We
other.
have nothing to lose but our chains.
We have nothing to lose but our
We have
chains.
nothing to lose but our chains.
We have nothing to lose but our
We have
chains.
nothing to lose but our chains.
We have nothing to lose but our chains.
Thank you for being here. I know that this is tough. It's hard. And we know that at the end of the day, the community is going to be right behind you. I know with all the things that you say that you are, an abolitionist, an attorney, a fighter, that I know what is also important to do is that you're one. So, from one mom to another, I asked Tina if she could get a hold of me today to see if she could say a few words.
Stop it.
And so he sent me a video to congratulate you on your win, because I know that I know you were the one. wanted to be here. Say, I know you also wanted me to hear from you. So, hopefully, these videos or these TVs will play it and you can hear it, but you guys gotta be quiet.
Hey Mom, just want to say congratulations on the big win. Sorry I couldn't be here. But sending love and vibes to Montgomery. So proud of you, your hard work. It's definitely not gone unseen. And I know the people of Denver are super lucky to have you. I'm so proud of you, Mom, and congratulations.
So technically we do not have this space, so please take the drinks. Thank you so much for coming back.
Thank y'all.
I got you. I'll make sure she gets it.